guys, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. I am just actually cleaning up from the last video I did with the belly band and pockets and the flip flaps and all those things. And I thought, you know what, why don't I turn the camera on and let you guys see kind of what I do when I'm cleaning up. I knew I needed a larger journal card to fit underneath this beautiful belly band that we created. So I had some leftover paper just kind of sitting on my desk, and really what I did is I cut it down to be 7.5 inches by 5 inches. Rounded the corners, inked it up. It's double-sided like these cards are here. And I actually am happy that I'm using similar paper because it'll tie in really well between the two pieces. So yeah, that's just kind of what I decided to do. I just had some leftover paper, and instead of hoarding it, I'm like, well, let's do something with it. And I knew I had some big old butterflies, and I thought that would look really nice. That would bring in the green of the paper, and kind of again tying it back together. So we've got the same papers as our little tab journal cards, and then we're bringing that green color back in. And then I wanted something texture-wise, so I pulled out the good old cheesecloth, and then it was way too white for my liking. So this little waffle flower, a media mat that I had was inking on. You know how it was all covered with ink. So what I did was I just took my little water bottle, wherever that got to, I think it's right here, yeah. So I just took my water bottle and I sprayed it a little bit with some water, and then I took this and I rubbed it all over and got it all inky and kind of cleaned up all that ink. So literally nothing is going to waste here, not even my leftover ink. And then I just kind of, you know, mushed it up, pull it apart, and it's now had some time to dry. I obviously didn't want to glue it down when it was still wet, so I'm going to play with that. Put this away, and then from there I can start kind of playing around and gluing things down. And so this is the point where I was like, oh, why don't I turn on the camera and bring you along for this. And there's something I do want to grab, and it's probably already over here somewhere, isn't it? I'm looking for my gold picket fence gold. Oh, there it is. Rose gold, or golden rose, I think is what it's called. Golden rose glaze. And no matter how hard I try to keep this stuff good, I've noticed it is drying out. So I need to use it, because it would be a shame if all of this went to waste, right? So I'm just going to spray a little bit of water in there. And then I'm just going to get dirty. I'm going to get all inky, and so I did ink up the edges, but now what I want to do is I just sprayed some water in there, and so now it's making it kind of nice again, or kind of reactivating it. And I'm just going to kind of gild the edges a little bit here, just using my finger. I don't normally like my fingers getting dirty. And how is it that you can do that then, Chala, is what you're asking. How, if you don't like getting your fingers sticky, how can you do this right now? I'm going to use this just to clean this up a bit. Just too much on there. How is that? Well, this little drink here is called a Long Island iced tea, and it gets me through. Or I just spill it all over stuff too. Let's just clean that up with, so look at that, I've made my mark. This beautiful little spot right here is a little bit of Long Island iced tea, and I've sopped it up with this cheesecloth, because you know what, that is life. So let's finish gilding this before I make a mess and spill things. Let's wipe that off. Okay, so yeah, that's really how I'm getting through all these boys in my house sleeping over, and how I'm getting over getting my hands dirty. Yeah, that's what you do. You drink some Long Island iced teas. It's that brand from Blackfly, or the brand Blackfly. I don't know if you guys have that where you are. It's Canadian booze, so 7%. So it's got a nice little kick to it. Yeah, so there's my habits. And I know you guys are going to be worried. Can you drink on your medication? The answer is yes. However, I cannot have more than one. So there's that. So don't get all upset about me having a beverage with my new medication, because it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. There they are, way back there. I will not be obviously having more than one beverage. It's just to take the edge off, people. It's just to take the edge off. Okay. I think I want to add a little to this guy as well. He's got some shiny bits there, but just kind of bring in a little bit more on the bottom. Maybe a little there. Okay, so that's good. Now we'll take our baby wipe and deal with it. Look at, I'm gold. This reminds me of the video. I don't know if you guys will remember this, but it's by the Cranberries, Zombie. You know how she was covered in that metallic kind of gray dust? This kind of reminded me of that. Oh, she was such a good artist. It's so sad that she's no longer with us. I love the Cranberries. It's one of those, it's a soundtrack of my life type of thing, right? Like, you know where you were, you remember what you were doing. That music was during, you know, a momentous time in my life. Not happy momentous, unfortunately, but it was, yeah, it was just a part of my life that was cemented now by those songs, and listening to them kind of takes me back and helps me appreciate where I was and what was going on and how I got through it. So, okay. All right, so we've got that done. Hopefully that'll be dry enough for us to play with. My fingers will be clean enough. Getting dirty is good, Chala. It means you've been doing something, right? That's what I tell myself in the garden too, when I'm working in the garden. Okay, so I want to have that, and then I've got that. But I need something else. I feel like I need something here, darker, to kind of balance it, ground it a bit, kind of draw your eye. And I got some stuff here. I could use this. This is just a strip of deli paper. We could use that. Let's go ahead and rip this down. Ooh, the new ruler rips nicely. If you saw in my last video, don't freak out. I didn't buy. My mom bought it for me. So there's that. And then the nice lady at Scrap and Dippity gave me a magazine as well, a free magazine. She said, you can use that for inspiration and or cut out the pictures, because I know you can't buy anything. I was like, oh, that is so sweet, thank you. So that was very helpful. I have to peruse through that tonight. I think that's what I'll do while I kind of lay down and gear down in bed, just kind of decompress. Usually watch some videos. Okay, so let's try this, but I don't like it like this. I'm going to crumple it up. I don't like it in its perfect state. We want perfectly imperfect. We want it to be unapologetically it, right? Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I like that a lot better. And let's rip here, because I don't want the straight edge. I don't want a straight edge there. I'm going to let these go. Well, no, who am I kidding? I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to let this go. Can't keep it everything, right? As much as we want to. Okay, so I've done that. Now what I want to do is just take my Distress ink. I don't know which side will be better, so I'll just kind of ink up both sides. I'm just giving it a little bit of inking so that it can bring out that texture. Can you see that? You can see the wrinkles just a little bit more. And I'm going to do it on both sides to see which side I like better. Just depending it may show up more on one side than the other, or one side might look better than the other. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see, it's a very precise way of doing things. You must hold your tongue at an 85-degree angle at the left side of your mouth as you ink. Okay, I'm not sure what side I like better yet, but we'll figure that out. So I was kind of thinking that under here. Okay. Not so sure. Don't know, something's not feeling right here. What if I took a bigger piece? Maybe more square. Fatter and shorter. Fatter and shorter. It's just the way I like it. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this will look just a little bit better. I need something, I just don't know what. Better but not perfect. Let's see, maybe I have some lace or something. So this is kind of the process I go through. Just a little bit of trial and error. I kind of want some burlap, but I also am not 110% sure where my burlap is. It's got some wire in it, and I think it's just too perfect. I think I want the burlap. So, let me check in the 5,000 different places the burlap could be. I'm really thinking, it's in my fabric basket. I see some. Woohoo! Okay, oh, sorry about that, guys. Just had to move a few things. I have this big old bag of scraps from my mom. I've got something planned for this. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm finally going to get around to using that. Okay, let's try. Just kind of open this up and see what I got going on. Let's try cutting some of this. Again, not being precise when cutting, just cutting a piece. Couldn't tell you where I got the burlap from. I want to say likely the dollar store, to tell you the truth. I usually get a lot of my supplies. I try to scavenge them. And then the dollar store, because I don't like spending money. Hence why I'm not spending any money this year. I will shop at my mom's place. Obviously, my girlfriend Rosanna is another great resource. She gave me a whole box of crafting stuff that I have to still kind of make my way through and figure out what I can use on my next project. And what if I did it this way? So yeah, I don't tend to like to want to spend a lot of money. I like that better. Hopefully it's not going to be too bulky, and then I think we need a label or something. So this could be a really bulky card, but that's okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to move things on my trolley here so I can get in to. This is what I want. Oh, but is it? There's something else that we fussy cut. And if I can find that, maybe what I want. So I have a few project bins that go upstairs and downstairs with me. And in one of these project bins are some labels that we had cut out, or that my girlfriend Rosanna had cut out. And here they are. They're Pink Monarch prints. Yeah, they're from Pink Monarch prints, and I think these might go well with this. Maybe not, maybe they're too square. Yeah, that's just a bit too big, hey? Oh, that's too bad. I don't have any that are, don't have them in a smaller size, and I'm not going to print them out in a smaller size just for this. So let's go back to here and see. Hello. Hi, darling. What can I do for you? Yes, that's just fine. As long as her parents are okay with it, that's fine. Close my door. Thank you. Sorry, that was just my daughter wanting to know if her friend could stay for a couple more hours. Hey, as long as they're having fun playing, they can stay as long as they like. They're good kids, so yes, I'm glad my daughter has a nice friend like that. She's almost like a sister to her. They're so close. It's going to be interesting because we're trying to get Lexi into a new school next year, and it's going to be hard for her because her friend was thinking about going to this new school too, but if they don't get in together, it's going to be kind of sad. Okay, I need to think this through because this is not lying like I want it to. Lying, laying. I like the burlap. I have an idea. Bear with me because I have something over here. I think I still have one left. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna have to take one of these off of my Etsy shop. Okay, so this is a little package that I had pre-made and I had it over on my Etsy shop. I have 2 of them, I think, listed. So I'm gonna snag this one out. So don't go and order right away. There's gonna be 1 available, not 2. If you see that there's 2 available, then there's only 1 because I gotta have to recut this. That's if I use it. This is a burlap die cut. And I'm hoping it's going to be what I want because I love this look, but I don't like the bulk that it's giving this card. So let's try using this instead. Gives the look, still has some texture, but it doesn't have the bulk. I like it. I do. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Okay. But I still feel like we need something down here, so let's see what we can find in our little goodies of labels. So this is just a mishmash of stuff I had ordered off of it's not bad. Where did I order this? This is from AliExpress, I think, a package of labels from AliExpress way back in the day. So yeah, you can see why I'm not buying anything because I've got a lot of stuff already. I feel like this says Field Diary. That's too small though. Well, maybe not. Maybe a little bigger than that. Ooh, what about this? Department of Agriculture. Oh, that one might work. Yes. Okay, let's do that. Let's not fuss too much with it. We will go with that. And let's try and close this without damaging any of these. Although if I do, again, it's not like I don't have a lot. But I might miss that one. You never know. Okay. So this didn't work out, but it's not a lost cause either. I am not counting it out yet. I will keep it, even if it doesn't work out for this project, it might work for another one. So there's that. Okay. And then we gotta ink this up. Well, we don't have to, but you know I want to. So I hope everyone's doing well. And again, that you're in your happy crafty space. We had some dinner. Got all the boys and all the kids fed, and my daughter and her girlfriend. Yeah, let's just do that. Rogue label. I do want to try. Let's see, I bent one. I do want to try inking this up a titch though. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm actually going to use my Distress Oxide on this. I'm really enjoying the Distress Oxide, but the only downfall there is I am now running out. Just want it to have a little darker. Maybe that's just not, oops, oh, geez, stuck in the wrong one. Oh well. Yeah, maybe the darker one. You just never know which one would look good. I mean, I like the softness of the oxide, but this just needs a little bit more heaviness of the ink as opposed to the oxide. Okay, that might not show for you, but you can see it's done something. Just kind of go around the edges a little bit. Just give them a little something, something. Little something, something. Don't ask me what it is, but it's something. Okay. And again, I'll just spray that off next time that I need to do something and get inky. Okay. Let's bring this back. And I want this about here. So I'm going to use good old art glitter glue for this, and likely will need my glue book. So I know other people can knock out like 20 tags or cards or whatever in an hour. I am a slower crafter, so sorry about that, but I just thought I'd show you a process without pre-planning. This is literally flying by the seat of my pants crafting. Creating. I don't like the word crafting. I don't know why. It just sounds like a dirty word to me, crafting. Oh, what do you do? I like to craft. What do you do for fun? I craft. I hate that. I don't know why. Sorry if you use that word. But it's so much more than just idle crafting. It's an art, right? What we do is art. And I really am not enjoying this art glitter glue for this at all. It's too slow for me. But it's going to gouge my glue stick. Ding. Okay. What can I do? I can use a brush. So I'm just trying to find an old paintbrush. Oh, this would work. And I'm going to use some other glue. I don't know what kind though. I just need to squidge some. I don't know if there's much left in here. Let's try it. Oh, that's coming out slow, but it might work. I just want to paint it on. See if that's faster. Ugh. I don't know, you guys. It seemed like a good idea in my head, but... Okay, I'm just using good old Elmer's glue. So I make my own Mod Podge with this stuff, because Mod Podge is expensive, so I just... Ooh, that's probably way more than I need. In fact, I know it is. But so what I do is I take my Elmer's glue and I water it down a bit, and I just refill these little bottles that I got from the dollar store. They were matte Mod Podge. I just make my own because Mod Podge is expensive, and this girl doesn't have all the money in the world, and plus I can't actually buy any more Mod Podge. Well, I said I could buy glue, but I'm not going to because I have Elmer's glue that I can make into my own. So why not, right? Crafting on a budget. Not crafting, creating art. Art for the penny pinchers. Oh, and I'm getting more than I want on the other side, but I'll fix that. I will fix that after. I just don't have the patience to do the tiny art glitter glue bits. Probably should, but it's fine. Okay. Stick this down. How about we do it so you can see too? So I'm going to kind of have this a little more to the top. Gluey fingers, ugh. And then now I'm just kind of taking this. Baby white isn't wet, it's damp-ish. A little more, maybe a little more damp than. Okay, and then actually don't really have to wipe that off if I'm putting this on top. But I do, what do I want to do here? Trying not to waste glue. Yeah, we'll just see what happens here. I don't know. This could be a lost cause. I could be making a total mess of everything. There we go. Oh, somebody's at the door. Okay. Wipe this up. And we'll plop this on. Now, which side did I put it on? We'll just do this. And that's all right. Okay. There we go. That looks good. I think that's going to stick down. And, you know, it's sad that I wasted all that, but maybe I'll do another project after this. Okay, so then this guy is going to go here, and then we're going to have this here. But I want to ink this up just a little bit more. And I think I want to tear down this a little bit so it's not so perfect. I don't want the perfect edges. And then that will go right here. Yeah. Oh, I like a lot. I like it a lot. I do. Okay, so let's use some of this glue. Oh, ding, ding, ding. It's so weird. My microphone sometimes lets sounds come through and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know. It's weird. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. Sorry if you do, but got dinging everywhere. Okay, see, look, I didn't waste all the glue. Managed to use some of it. And hopefully it'll stick well, that I don't have to worry about adding any art glitter glue or anything else. It'll be a test to see if we actually really need to spend money on art glitter glue. But I love how quickly art glitter glue That's hard to say, art glitter glue. I like how quickly art glitter glue grabs. That is one of the things that I do like about it. It has its pros and cons on grabbing that quickly, obviously, but you know. Okay, let's do this side. And then we will use the glue again. And usually I like reuse my book pages, but obviously this time I'm not going to because I got a big glue glob on it, and I have no shortage of book pages, so not to worry there. Sometimes you have to let it go. Okay, there we go. Took half an hour, but we got the journal card made. I really like that. I think it looks cool. And then obviously writing on the back. So I like it. Turned out better than I had hoped. So I'm definitely happy with that. Now we'll just kind of let that set up, and then we can put it in our, so I have to cut another one for this package. I have to remember that. Do that tomorrow. And let me tell you guys, it is not easy to cut these out with all these little pokey bits that you got to clear out and stuff. So yeah, if you see somebody who has die cuts that are intricate like this and you think that they're a little overpriced, they're not, because it takes a lot of time to weed all that stuff out, just so as you knows. Okay, there we go with that. And put that in there. Okay, so just kind of do a, oh, ow, Schnikers, that hurt. Oh, that was my knee. It's okay, I've got another one, not to worry. Okay, so now what we will do, you know what? I'm debating, well, we'll keep it. I know there's just a little bit left in there, but like, will I use it? I want to use it. So yes, okay. There we go. Is this still sticky? No, I think a little bit there. So we're gonna let that dry. What else do I have? I have parts of that file folder still left over. So let's see if I can make something with that so that I don't have to store these pieces in my like scrap bin. I can have them in my done bin. Okay, this really just kind of screams belly band to me, but we've already done one of those. This I'm not sure. So let's put that to the side. Let's have a drink of liquid courage. Oh, a Long Island iced tea on a hot day. Lovely. Loverly. Okay. I just think this would be a really cool, fun, big pocket. If we just did some collaging, trying to find a page. I mean, it doesn't have to be for this journal. I'm just trying to see the size on a page. So we would have to cut it down a wee bit. So it's measuring 5.5. So let's cut it down to 4.5. There is 4.5 there. Okay, now we've got yet another little bit that we have to do, but I'm getting there. What else? I do have, actually, for something big, let's look through this little box. So these are the curio or cabinet cards that we were making that I printed them out. I think this is from Digital Collage Club. I believe is what these are from. I think. And yeah, so I just cut them out and then we back them on just some black cardstock. And then when I go to use them, I can decide whether or not I want them to be like a journaling card, so I can put coffee dyed paper on the back, or whoever wants to, they can write on it with white gel pen. So I could leave it just like that as well. So those are some of those, but I did have these. Ooh, and I think that's going to be the right size. Yeah. I'm feeling this girl more. So let's put the other one back, and then we'll put the whole basket back before I dump it on the floor, because that could also happen, and I would not enjoy dealing with that. Okay. So I can't even tell you where I got this. I think maybe Artie Mays, maybe Digital Collage Club. I don't know. It's definitely free, though. I can tell you that much. It was a free one. And I want to round the corners. I actually want to round the corners of this whole thing. I don't know what it is lately, but corners have become offensive. Sharp corners anyways. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing for this. So yeah, I had glued that on cardstock. It was just regular paper, like the regular paper I use, I think. So I needed a little bit more stability for it because I thought I was going to use it as a journaling card, but ta-da, I'm not. I'm using it as a pocket. It's going to be a little bit of a thicker pocket, mind you, but a pocket nonetheless. It's going to be a nice big one. And let's ink this up. So yeah, what are you guys creating? Give me some inspiration. I have a couple ideas for journals that I want to do after this butterfly journal. Actually, I have a few journals I need to finish too. I have at least two. One, two, three. I have 3 journals that I need to finish that are halfway done. So maybe I should do that. I have a floral journal, a mermaid journal, and then what I call my rose journal. So I should probably get those done. That would be a responsible thing to do instead of starting a new project, is to finish a project. But it's not as much fun to finish projects as it is to start them sometimes, if you know what I mean. So, okay, let's do that. Let's see if we can use some more of this glue. Like so. I mean, this should, oh, that's using up most of it, so that's good. It wasn't all for naught, or wasn't wasted then. Just want to get the edges here. Okay, now I need my, where's my white? There it is. Definitely don't want, I should have done this on book page, but oh well. What's the glass mat for, Shell? It's for getting dirty and easy cleanup. So it might be a little cloudy, but that's all right. Okay, then we'll put this on. Okay. Let's go over this way a bit. That looks about right. Okay, so yeah, the only downside about using Elmer's glue is you gotta hold it a little bit longer than per usual. Not as quick grabbing, but that's all right. And then what I like to do is, with the Elmer's glue, just kind of manipulate the paper just a little bit. And the reason why I do that is because as it dries, it's going to get stiff, and it's going to, if it cracks, it will then come apart, like it'll kind of snap apart, if that makes sense. So just kind of, I mean, got some wrinkling on the back of this thin envelope, but that's okay. We'll work that out, and there. That makes me happy and gives the pocket just a little bit more stability. And I'm going to grab my water. Where is my water jar? I know I had it. If I was a water jar, where it's right in front of me. That's where I would be. Right in front of myself. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and soak that in there. Looks like I'm going to have to clean out my jar too. Okay, and this I'm just going to simply fold up and toss away. In recycling, nonetheless. Recycling is good. It's not being thrown in the garbage. Okay, let's try and tidy as we go. Thumb hole. I dare say I want this guy. So put these back. And I got some stuff coming out here. All right. So before we glue it down, we're going to put the thumb notch in. And I know better. I need this piece of paper behind it just to give it a little bit more grip, and especially because the paper is kind of wet from the gluing. This throws me off when it is not even. I don't know why, but it does. Okay. And it's gonna mess up again anyways, whatever. Okay, just punch it, Chala. Just punch it. Trying to get it somewhat. There, just do it. Commit. Okay. Whew. Held my breath and everything. That was scary. Do you find that when you go to punch something, you're like, oh, I just want it to be in the right spot so bad, and you kind of hold your breath, and yeah, that's what I was doing. I was holding my breath, praying that it was going to work out. And I want this a little more on the grungier side. Oops, that's a little bit more grungy than I had anticipated, but that's okay. All right, and then we've got to ink that. Okay. That is done. Now let's glue it. And then we've got ourselves a pocket made. For what journal, we have no idea, but it's always nice to have pre-made ephemera because it makes the journal making process go that much faster, and then you complete more projects, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm working on it. Is that how that goes? I don't know, sorry, I won't sing. I am a horrific singer. I've told you that story before of how bad I am. If you haven't seen that, you're going to have to go back and find it. Some lady at church asked me not to sing, so yeah, you got to hear that story. Okay, so so this could even be a pocket and a tuck. So like it could go on our page just like this. There you go, like this, and go in here. And then a tuck on the side, maybe perhaps. That's all right. Do we need anything else? I kind of feel like there's layers going on within the picture itself. I mean, we could add some lace maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Gives it just a little, like I said, a little something something again. You don't always know what that something something is, but we know it when we see it. Okay, So then after this is done, it can go into my pockets bin that I have for pre-made ephemera. Just do a nice little bead of Fabri-Tac. I have to use Fabri-Tac for the lace. I would not have trust issues with the regular glue, that's for sure. Art glitter, I trust more, but oh, what have we got going on? My door seems to be opening. Okay, there we go. How much time do we have? We've got about 15 minutes, or maybe I'll just make this a shorter video. Oh, okay, the one feeling of glue I do not like on my hands is Fabri-Tac. Cannot stand Fabri-Tac on my fingers. Just drives me bonkers because it's so sticky and stringy, and it's like peeling off a layer of your skin. You remember how kids in school, I never did this because it grossed me out, but they used to like put glue all over their hand, wait for it to dry, and then peel it off. Ugh, grosses me out just thinking about it, but that's what it reminds me of. When my hands get all gluey like that, like look at them. Ugh, I don't like it. Okay, so there we go. I think, you know what? I think we'll call it, because it got awfully quiet. Oops, it got awfully quiet with all these kids in the house, and you know what that means. When there's, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 or 9 kids in my house, and it's quiet now all of a sudden, so you know there's going to be trouble, so I should probably go check that out. So let's just take a look at these two things that we quickly made in 45 minutes or so. What did I do? Oh, yeah. I can put this in because it's probably dry now. So we made this fun journaling card and this fun pocket. So yay, we did a little bit of cleaning up in the process and creating, and that was a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining me for this quick video today. I hope you guys are keeping well, and remember, P.S. I love you.